In the 1980s, boys were eating good as far as new, imported, or relaunched IPs were concerned. But outside of Barbie, there wasn't much in the way of collectability phenomenon for the ladies. In a post-G.I. Joe relaunch, Hasbro saddled up to gallop their way into the fray with some pony play. Hi, my name's Derek J. Hoover, and this is My Little Pony on Yesterdaze.
So, what would you little maniacs like to do first?
69, dudes!
Well, there's your problem right there, Vern.
Hey, Willie.
Cowabunga!
Goonies never say die!
I know you are, but what am I?
I know you are, but what am I?
And knowing is half the battle.
Autobots, roll out. Thunder! Thundercats!
Gordon's alive.
Oh, yeah!
It only takes a spark. It only takes a spark to start.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Yesterdaze. I am, of course, your host, Derek, and I am joined, as always, by Dustin and Jason. We're here in his living room. How are you guys?
I'm doing good. Go see the Bob Uecker documentary.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we were looking for an update on that.
Baseball fans now have a chance to get a rare glimpse into the life of a legend. The brand new documentary, Uke, follows the final 3 years, the life of Mr. Baseball, Bob Uecker. The film has some rare archived footage, behind-the-scenes access to Bob and his family, friends, and the Brewers. The directors, who of course are big Brewers fans, spoke with us about how special it was to work with Bob and hear his stories firsthand.
We were Brewer fans, Bob Uecker fans. I was interested right away. A couple months later, we met him for lunch. He told one hilarious story after another for probably over 4 hours. Eventually we had to cut him off before we missed our flight out of town.
Man could talk. He also spoke about the telling of a story of a man who may not have been playing great baseball, but became a baseball icon nonetheless.
So amazing about his career is that, he did struggle. He played in the minor leagues for a long time and didn't have amazing stats in the major leagues, but then to somehow parlay that into like this, really entertaining career that revolved around baseball and become one of like the biggest faces of baseball, literally become, his nickname is Mr. Baseball. It's a story about resilience.
They say right now you can see this movie in all Marcus theaters in Wisconsin, including Cedar Creek and Rothschild. They hope to bring it to more theaters across the state, as well as possibly get a streaming deal down the line. We have a link to more information on our website, WAOW.com.
You didn't get to it last week, but you were up in Milwaukee, and that's Euchre country.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yep.
I look forward to seeing the documentary. You speak very highly of it.
Yeah.
What streaming service is it on?
So it was.
I am going to be home alone for the weekend.
I'm not sure when it's hitting streaming. I would think soon. Like you might be able to buy it on Apple Plus or something because it only opened in 17 screens.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And none were in Illinois. So I
bet 15 were right in Milwaukee.
Yeah, and it was cool to see it. I think it was just this weekend only in the theater. I saw it day 2. And I think it should be hitting streaming somewhere soon because
I'm not driving to Milwaukee.
limited film run, but it was
Uncle
very good.
Bob Uecker, former Major League Baseball catcher, and then the voice of the Milwaukee Brewers for many, many years.
And the dad on Mr. Belvedere.
Yeah, passed away within the past few years.
Yeah.
And has now been canonized on the side of a building. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
You said
somebody. Spray paints
I
over
hope
it.
to God
they did that with the Giannis mural.
Oh, no.
They fixed it, though. The guy came out the day of
They better not.
and repainted over what the Vandals did, which is great.
Not.
You said you were weeping like a woman when you...
It was a touching tribute. Yeah, it was, like I said, I'm not going to recount the whole thing, but it was a touching movie to watch because he was definitely one of the reasons I wanted to go into broadcasting because he seemed to have fun doing it, and he had a sense of humor that...
And you wanted to work with a guy that sat on his own balls.
Yeah, that's fun. That's guy stuff, right?
That's guy stuff. Typical bad boy style, sitting on your balls. I've done it. I've nickel for every time. My mortgage would be paid off.
I've never done that.
God, I've never had a headache. I've never done this. Like, aren't you? Well, aren't you lucky,
Willie Longballs?
Aren't you lucky?
I have short balls.
Oh, maybe you weren't lucky.
I thought he just had on the
I got
briefs.
these big bulbous.
They sit above the shaft.
I got
some
these
reason.
big bulbous plumes.
Is that right?
Oh, you might want to see a doctor.
I don't
about
sit
that.
on them because they sit above the shaft. Is that wrong?
It looks like Mickey Mouse
It
when
doesn't
you
sound
see him
right.
at his bulge. It's off-putting.
That's not good.
Why
That's
does
not
your,
good.
Derek
your
opened my
dick have
fridge.
mouse
And
ears?
Derek opened my fridge earlier, and he saw that I was on pudding. Right?
You're on the pudding diet. Yes.
Yeah, he saw
He's
that I
making
have-
pudding singles.
I have a Tupperware full of chocolate pudding.
He's traded in hot black singles for pudding singles.
That's right. I'm growing up, boys.
He's growing up. He grew up so fast.
Dustin, you ever sit on your balls?
One, not both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to get them both, I imagine.
In
it's
my
not.
experience, yes.
No, it's not.
Derek's got long, pendulous balls, it sounds
It's like a clacker.
meaty clackers. as
meaty,
they said.
meaty clackers.
Nick Kroll.
Little point of information here at the top. I'm in a lot of pain.
This is still,
as
we're-
we've discussed.
yeah. Last week we went into a ton of detail about it, but we're still here. We're still recording.
Here. We're still here.
And why
I'm
Derek
gonna-
hasn't pulled the plug for tonight, I do not know.
I'm going to play hurt, but there's going to be some cuts, as it were. We're not going to get as deep in banter tonight.
No.
Oh, I know. You're heartbroken. But I do. One thing before we get into it, I see you have your sack. Real quick, what's in that sack? Because I'm curious. Maybe it'll be a nice little dopamine hit for me.
I'm the sack man. If the sack man...
Patch Adams may have said that laughter is the best medicine. I think your sack's the
I
best
saw that
medicine.
movie in the theater. It didn't make me feel any better.
No, it didn't.
If the sack man can do it, so can you.
so
I'm the sack
can
man.
you? What you got there?
I have
Squirt?
3 My Little Ponies here.
Hey!
These are different generation My Little Ponies.
Yeah, I see some differences there.
there's
Not my ponies.
Hashtag not your pony. These are I got at a sale for very cheap, and I've
that one looks like Generation 3.5.
This is a newer one. I think
Yes.
early aughts. You can pass around
I
this
think
pony.
Sounds like Derek's a pony boy.
I think this one is from 1987.
Stay golden.
And I as you do when you're 44, I was investigating the My Little Ponies today, and I had a documentary that I had watched called "The Little Designs on Their Asses."
Rump marks.
Rump.
The best beats in the rump.
Was it Rump Marks? I thought it was Rump something else. Maybe it was Marks. Was it Rump Mark? This is like a bunch of stars or something. I couldn't tell you who this is.
You've got stars on your ass.
I think someone put a Rogue sticker. I don't know if that's...
Oh, that's a Rogue sticker.
I don't think
if
that's
I've
a
ever
real
seen one.
sticker.
No,
but
sir.
that's a pink one with sparkly hair.
That might be the Generation 2 that was not readily accepted by fans.
This one's high on amphetamine.
Yeah. Tweaking out.
And I have a smaller one with wings.
And then,
It's-
that's modeled more after Generation 1.
And this
Yeah,
one, this
that
one's
one looks
wearing like
familiar.
bloomers, like underwear bloomers.
Breeches?
I think they
They have modesty pouches for the ponies.
Oh, you got
I was gonna say after the onset of the brony revolution, did they come equipped with clothing or at least modesty paint to cover their bits?
Boy, I wish I could answer that intelligently, Jay, but I'm
I watched a 2-hour block of My Little Pony hentai today.
Why?
Because I could.
Okay, fair
Because
enough.
it's available.
I did not do that.
No, I did. I didn't watch it, but I saw that it was there. I cannot believe
it
the
comes
amount.
up, it exists, and it has a specific name.
Anyway, I don't know that. I can't wait to hear
Oh, that'll be a fun little prize at the end for you.
That's all I have in my sack, though. Was relative to the show, were actual My Little Ponies, and
Very cool.
I think the one from '87 was kind of like at the end of like midway through the run, but still an original pony.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's in good shape, whatever. But
that was the style Generation 1 up until 91, 92. It will certainly come up. That said, let's get the fuck into it so I can go home and take muscle
going
relaxers
full
and such.
speed.
My Little Pony, often shortened to MLP, is a toy line and cross-media franchise created by Hasbro that officially hit the scene in 1982. From humble beginnings, the line was a surprise hit for Hasbro and would launch animated fare, generational relaunches, and would even go on to have a long-lasting cultural impact here, now, in the 21st century. We use the date of their first animated appearance of April 14th, 1984 for your music and movie trivia. Your number one song at the time was A Footloose by one Kenny Loggins.
Yep.
Master of the 80s soundtrack.
One of my first 45s.
Absolutely.
First 3. Super Bowl Shuffle. was number 2. Number 1.
No trouble. We're just here to touch dust and stubble.
And number 1, Prince, Let's Go Crazy, which it sounds like Derek is starting to.
Nah, I'm losing it, boys.
I never had a migraine before.
I had to go to hell. Good.
I wish I could sit on my nuts. I don't know if that makes you feel any better.
It does.
You're still thinking about that?
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna eat at him. It's gonna eat at him.
Let's go crazy though. That's a
Let's go crazy.
So were you-
Let's sit on our nuts.
Right.
Slip on the purple banana until they put us in the bus.
How were you? When did you start getting 45s? At what age?
Well, that was the first one. So
I imagine
Purple Rain. It'd probably been out for a little
when you're
while.
like 6 or 7. Like this is 86.
I got my
87?
Smurf record player on my 4th birthday.
All right.
So I was spinning vinyl since age 4 at least.
You were Chris mixing
with
it up.
my
age 4.
Smurf record player.
He was in
And
his Smurf era.
when you get a record player, your parents will give you your own record so you don't fuck up theirs.
Who was the
Don't touch my Kansas kid.
sportscaster you bought your jukebox from?
Lee Ranson.
Did
he
it-
was a weatherman.
He was a weatherman.
I apologize.
But was an avid sports fan.
Did Let's Go Crazy go into the Lee Ranson?
Oh, hell yeah. That was
Jukebox?
when it said now playing, that was the 45 sleeve that was prominently displayed.
Right, okay,
because
cool.
it was my first 45.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. There it is.
Your number 1 movie, we've talked about it before. We had a guest for that one. You slept with his sister.
Oh.
Police
Whoa.
Academy.
That's a
Remember when the officer of the law was here and he had a gun on his waist and you told him to his face that you
He knew.
you
He knew.
you
He already knew.
I don't want to be dirty. Had sex with his sister. He said it right to
You
his
pick
face.
odd times to be modest.
yeah.
I'm always modest.
No, that's not what I said.
Well, you said it way worse.
My Little Ponies.
My Little Pony, let's talk about its humble beginnings as My Pretty Pony. In the mid to late 70s, America wasn't in the happiest of places post-Vietnam, and this malaise, as Centurion Jimmy Carter would say, was due in no small part to post-Vietnam America being in a recession. Part of that fallout was G.I. Joe, Hasbro's breadwinner for years, falling out of favor, and Hasbro in terrible need of some change and a hit as they were on the verge of bankruptcy. Heir to the family throne, Stephen Hasselbeck swiftly made moves to pull the company up by the bootstraps, and thanks to the hit of Hungry Hungry Hippos, they lived to tell the tale. Still, new product was needed, so new blood was drafted. Enter George Duncey from Ideal Toys, brought on to oversee advanced R&D at Hasbro to get some new toys made. A team of him and Mike Cartabiano set out to work on new product, namely under the umbrella of Hasbro's Romper Room line of preschool toys.
Under the umbrella tree would have been cooler.
I agree.
Oh, was that the one with the gecko, the puppy, and the blue jay?
You know it.
Yeah, boy.
I thought that was Prince's movie. Was that his second film?
Yeah.
No, that's Under the Graffiti Cherry.
My apologies.
You guys are both wrong. And you know it.
His balls rest on his belly.
They're trying to get me angry. They're trying to unleash the
like
powder
that
keg, and My Little
burger.
Pony is not the episode for that to happen.
That's not the time nor the place. Meanwhile, Hasbro is fast at work on more games, while the Boys Division is hard at work on the Joe's relaunch for A Real American Hero. At the time, Hasbro had no real girls division, but George and Mike had kicked around the idea of a girl-centric line of miniature horses, which was shot down. However, needing an offering for Romper Room to round out selections for the upcoming holiday season, they tapped designer Bonnie Zackerly to help design something horse-related for Romper Room. Bonnie herself a lover of horses, and who had also pitched a horse line. She wanted a pony. I had a pony. My sister had a pony. I love that pony.
I wish I could remember Jerry's lines from that. I can't.
I know. I hated those kids. In fact, I hate anyone that ever had a pony when they were growing up.
I had a pony.
Well, I didn't really mean a pony per se.
When I was a little girl in Poland, we all had ponies. My sister had pony. My cousin had pony. So what's wrong with that?
Nothing at all. I was just merely
Should we
expressing.
have some coffee? Who's having coffee? He was a beautiful pony, and I loved him.
Well, I'm sure you did. Who wouldn't love a pony? Who wouldn't love a person that had a pony?
You said so.
Who figures an immigrant's gonna have a pony?
Dustin will put it in.
There you go.
More work.
Enter my pretty pointy. Enter
my pretty porny. He
my
said.
pretty
Oh,
porny.
that's what they're called?
Porny.
My pretty porny. My pretty porny.
Is that what-
Jason
Some
was
shots
watching
here
it
and there.
earlier today?
All right, I watched a couple minutes.
There
of
you
it.
go.
I didn't watch 2 hours of it.
Butt plugs are involved, I assume.
Well, it's like a horse's tail.
It's cartoons.
Oh shit!
That's what
Why
hentai
do they
is.
need butt plugs?
Well, you said that.
You said that.
I didn't know it was a cartoon.
What
I
are you-
thought
where are
they
you
were
going
dressed
on
up like
Reddit,
ponies.
chum?
Hentai is exclusively cartoon pornography.
It's disgusting. Enter My Pretty Pony, a rather heavy, rounded, sort of chonky, but cute plastic pony for toddler play that featured winking eyes and a brushable mane and tail. Ingredients for doll play, which is something both Bonnie and George intended. My Pretty Pony was a modest success, selling 500,000 units, and also served as a proof of concept that there's a market here for something along these lines, a potential girls brand for Hasbro.
Yeah, my sister had tons of.
But how? How are they going to do it?
She didn't have tons of My Pretty Pony.
No.
She had tons of My Little Pony.
Yeah.
But this is the precursor.
Oh shoot!
Yes,
you're
this,
right.
this was like when
It looked like it was about 14 inches tall. From what I heard, it was a heavy.
the size of a beagle.
Yeah,
it was kind of heavy.
People say it is heavy. Yeah, the eyes open and close. This is the rough draft. This is the test run, and there was some success.
Yeah.
I don't think 500,000 units is nothing,
That's
to sneeze
nothing
at.
No.
So I think that's a good run, but they're not there yet.
Not yet. Not yet. So as the story goes,
I did research. All right,
stop giving him a hard time.
stop yelling at me. He said the F word in his head at me.
Matthew. As the story goes, VP of Marketing Steve Schwartz took a My Pretty Pony home, and it was his wife that proposed that if they really wanted to sell something like this, then it needed to be smaller and with little girls in mind. With that, Bonnie was tasked to shrink My Pretty Pony down, make her soft, and maybe lean into the collectability they were already starting to see with G.I. Joe.
My Pretty Pony was one thing.
Yeah, it was just a pony.
It was a big brown hunk.
I love that pony.
But if you have little ones and make them different,
Yeah.
more money.
Then it goes from, I love that pony to, I need those ponies.
Who was that?
I don't need to find the drop, do I?
It was like Jerry's second cousin from Poland.
Yeah. I knew it was a family member of his, yeah.
And then she like
Me.
She
I had the
dies.
pony.
I had the pony. I love that pony.
What does Jerry say? Like, as a matter of fact, I hate anyone who had a
I
pony.
hated any kid that had a pony. I had the pony.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. An initial limitation was grounding the ponies. Initial limitation they were coming up with was grounding the ponies' look after real breeds, so things like Palominos and what have you. But these realistic earth tones didn't really pop, so senior designer Mo Patterson suggested leaning more into pastels and fantasy colors, an idea that Bonnie wasn't in favor of, but testing groups with little kids showed that when presented with a pony that was decoed in the browns and the earth tones versus one that was more fantasy with pink or blue hair or pink or blue skin or whatever, or fur rather, the girls like the fancy and colorful ones.
Yeah, it's
Who wouldn't?
Yeah, you don't have to cause problems for the horses to see what they look like with blue hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. They said in the original line, there's only like 5 or 6 different kinds of patterns in ponies.
Yeah.
And then that's it. And then you limit yourself
Appaloosa.
to only 5 or 6. Gingating.
Appaloosa.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the Pixies too. Yeah. When they said that.
Sorry.
that's all right.
I was stemming a little.
But you only have a few.
Yeah, you
Whereas
have
like
a handful of breeds.
like let's go across the entire rainbow and we get these
Yes.
morons to buy 100 each.
Yes. Slap all kinds of things on the booty.
And he gets to call them fun names.
Yes.
Yeah, like Applejack.
Butterscotch.
Yeah.
I asked AI to create some My Little Pony names.
You did?
I
dear.
did.
Well, Matt's leaving at the wrong time.
It gave me impossibly rich, generic pastry, coupon clipper,
Generic pastry is the real Debbie Downer of the pony group.
discount scone.
Discount scone.
And that's her sister.
What did you type to get these results?
What did you do?
I think you're the problem.
You fucked up.
Princess
you fucked up.
Sun Butt, Twilight Sparkle Motion.
Worst mashup ever.
What's that lady in Donnie Darko?
Sometimes I doubt your commitment to Sparkle Motion.
My favorite one was
I'm just doubting your commitment
Yeah.
to Twilight Sparkle Motion.
Naysayer.
Naysayer. Like nay. Not bad.
Yeah, sizzling
The grumpy
bacon,
bear of the group.
breadstick crumb,
Oh my god. These
mortgage crisis, and Skittles. But that's trademarked.
Skittles.
But that is
Let
a
me
good
get
My
a
Little
Slim
Pony.
Jim.
Mortgage crisis.
Pack of Marlboro Reds and a pack of Skittles.
No, what I tried finding a list of My Little Pony names that were real, and I was like, "What are some funny ones, though?" And then like it started churning those out, and I was like, "Okay, well, let's lean into this a bit."
Beef jerky.
That's the only time I have used
Marlboro
AI.
Red
Thing of
and
Copenhagen.
mortgage crisis.
Mortgage crisis.
I used it as a joke writer for this bit. That's my experiments with AI.
Oh boy.
So from here, the team, mostly Bonnie, created the original 6 ponies of Butterscotch, Bluebell, Minty, Cotton Candy, Blossom, and Snuzzle. Bonnie designing each of their iconic rump marks. And with Christmas 1983 on the horizon, Hasbro prepared to ship out units, but this is not the brand that their money was on. They were betting big on something else. So at the same time, Hasbro was releasing something called Charmkins. Vague memories of these. My cousins liked them.
I gotta look it up.
I remember these. My sister
Your
had
sister
this.
had some?
Yeah.
Okay. That was a line that blended jewelry play with figure play, as well as trying to tap into collectability as well. And this was the brand that
Why
they
does it say
thought would...
chatterbait when I try to type
Oh
it in?
my.
That's based off of your previous search history.
Yeah. What are you looking at?
Is this the AI trying to dupe me into some weird thing?
Probably.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. This
My
was-
Little Porny.
My Little Porny.
Okay, yeah, these look familiar.
So this was the brand that they thought would be a runaway hit. Ponies, in the meantime, would likely do just fine. But calls started coming in from their sales rep. Stores needed more ponies and fast because they were trotting off the shelves with so much horsepower. You had plots.
Naysayer.
Mortgage crisis.
Yeah,
Skittles.
I want to see what the stamp for mortgage crisis is.
It's a
What's
guy
the
jumping-
brand on that
It's
horse?
a guy jumping out of a Fannie Mae window.
I did a chat GPT of what I thought would be good names for My Little Pony. The first one, the only one that came up, Melissa Etheridge.
Oh, my. That's 2 weeks in a row.
It's from last week. When Matt got Alanis Morissette confused.
A lesbian rock star?
Happens all the
when
time.
he genuinely and non-ironically got them.
You know, I'm sure Melissa Etheridge
It
has
could
given a lot of
happen
blowjobs.
to anybody. History does indeed show that the ponies pranced their way through Christmas 1983, never looking back, moving forward into pop culture phenomenon status. And the Charmkins,
It looked like strawberry shortcake. We're not doing an episode on that, are we?
Well, the Charmkins did?
Yeah.
But they're way tiny.
they're very
They're
tiny.
like little.
They literally are like a bracelet charm that you would get out of a
It's-
gumball machine.
I don't
or
even know if
something.
they're
They're
inch tall.
aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look, rainbow
But they
bright.
looked very strawberry shortcake coated.
Yeah, they're little PVCs, a little loop on their head. You can put them on a necklace, a bracelet, some sort of charm. I think I even saw a girl wearing glasses, and they like clipped onto the glass.
Yeah.
First of all, they got a dork.
Yeah, real dork.
Yeah, she was. This girl was a
What a
dork.
Okay. The whole team was riding high and excited for this surprise hit, except for creator. I noticed that we tend to have the most fun on the girl episodes, and we're never being mean about them. We're like, oh, sissy stuff, but for some reason something's looser.
I find we have the most fun as soon as Matt leaves.
Oh, that's a terrible thing to say.
What a fucking downer that is.
Oh, Jason.
Melissa Etheridge this, Melissa Etheridge that. Melissa to the left of me, Etheridge to the right.
Get me a hoagie.
You see, sips up with the Bible. Dances like yellow pudding. Spitball. Hokey little man, little thing with the guy comes out of me. And he's like, oh, what you go? Cooking you. What is the rap music? They're hipping, a little hopping, a little bit, a little bopping. So they don't know what the chance is all about. You see?
Come to my window with a sandwich.
Oh, cockroach.
Did you say Jaloum last episode?
Jaloum White?
Yeah. I thought I caught that.
You kind of slid that on. No, everybody was excited except for creator Bonnie Zachary, who had become disenchanted with her role and place at Hasbro and fucked off the Parker Brothers for a nice offer from them. While at Parker Brothers, she developed Nerfles.
I had some
basically
of those.
like Nerf ball figures.
Was her old man a like novelty songwriter, like Dr. Demento style?
All right now, children, it's nursery time. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I'll smash you and you smash me. H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. I'll beat your brains out. Wait and see. Now, if you're gonna flinch, then I'm gonna think that you're just some kind of an old cowardly fink there. W, X, and Y, and Z. Now I'm gonna dislocate your knee. Then you're gonna be moving.
There was a guy named Zachary that had a song about a werewolf. That's the only other time I've ever heard the name Zachary.
No,
I've never
the only
heard it at
werewolf
all.
song I know of is Warren Zevon.
Okay.
The Nerfles were like, I assume they're probably precursors to McDonald's the chicken nuggets.
They remind me a lot of the. I don't know which one. Off
They
the
were
top of my head,
balls.
I don't know which one comes out first, but they were very similar.
I bet
to
the
like
Nuggets
McNugget buddies we
existed
got.
first, but not in toy form.
Could be.
And when they're like, let's put the toy together, be like, let's take a hit off of that Nerfle shit, because Nerfles are just balls with a face,
Yeah.
and then you sat them in like
Clothing.
a body,
Interchangeable.
and then like a helmet or
Yeah,
something.
the way
I had
you would
one with a
McNugget.
tricycle or a
Did you?
bike. Yeah.
I
And he had
kind of like a
helmet.
Nerfle.
They were neat.
They were fun.
They were neat.
It's slightly akin to the Mad Balls, which I love. You know, just these
Yeah.
Take
weird.
up less
It's
space
like
on your
Mad
shelf.
Ball
Yeah.
meets McNugget Buddy.
Exactly, that's it.
So this brings us to 1984 and the obligatory cross-media rollout blitz, which was the force du jour of the 80s. From here, the race was on to roll out more product and cement MLP's place with the likes of Motu, Transformers, and the Joes, and they did so with a gusto. Joining the team from Boys Toys and car design was Kipra Nichols. Interesting fact about him, the action figure for Doc in G.I. Joe was modeled after him. G.I. Joe is
Really?
infamously modeled characters and toys after different people's in the departments and what have you. So
Interesting.
pretty cool. He would set to work expanding the line with play sets, and he actually created the first play set, the Pretty Pony Parlor.
Say that again.
Pretty Pony Parlor.
There you go.
Pretty Pony Parlor. Eventually, though, he would go on to design the storied My Little Pony Dream Castle, which came with Spike the Dragon, an original creation by Nichols. It was actually the only character he created. It is time to talk about that ass.
What now?
It was the booty, every time. That's what really helped the collectability of the line.
Ass.
And with Bonnie gone, someone else had to church up them booties. A task that fell to Liz Knight, which I would say recommended viewing for learning about My Little Pony toys that made us.
That's what I watched.
On Netflix.
Oh, yeah, I
Liz
remember that.
Knight, good-looking older woman.
Is this the gray-haired lady?
Mm-hmm.
I watched it
with
when
the
it
glasses
was
and
out.
like just very sleek black sweater. Like that's something very understated and very, very pretty about her. I liked her very, very much.
You're checking out her Nerfles.
I was looking at her nervals.
He wants to be
I sat
called
on my
young man.
testicles. I sat on my testicles.
Did you?
I did. Initially, there were some shortcomings with the ponies as their heads were heavier than the bodies, leading to washers being put in the equines to counterbalance the weight. This would be resolved for future waves, however. Speaking of future waves...
How is that resolved in the future?
They used lighter materials so the head wasn't so... Because I think it was like thicker plastic or denser. The body was a little more hollow and softer.
They're all drunk.
And so they would want to fall over.
Yeah, I saw this.
So they stuck washers in the...
But I didn't know how they resolved it going future.
They just lighter material, tweaked it a little bit, kept the same look.
How
and
crazy would
design.
that be if you had an early one and it got cut open or something, and you're like pulling hardware out of your...
What the hell is this?
Yeah.
Dad?
Dad. Just randomly calling for your dad. I don't
understand these.
He's like, if you think I'm going to be able to explain this to you.
What do you want me to do with this?
Yeah.
We'll take it back, I guess.
We'll take it back. What, there's washer in my daughter's horse's ass. I'm sorry, sir. I'm not a vet.
You heard me.
This is a Walmart.
You heard what I said. Customer service my ass.
This will be the last time I ever come to Venture. Speaking of future waves, the introduction of even more fantasy elements happened in the line and allowed for more imaginative play when the line saw different pony species introduced with unicorns, Pegasus horses,
Pegapi.
and sea ponies.
A unicorn horn on the head, Pegasus wings.
Correct.
Pegasus no horn.
Nope.
Is there a equine creature that has both the horn and the wing?
I have seen it.
Unicorn?
I have seen it in art. In the ponies, I don't think so. Not these ponies.
But when it's a combined thing, it's called a winged unicorn.
I'm gonna look it up.
I think so. I don't know.
It's called a mortgage crisis.
Oh, mortgage crisis.
What an insane name.
Yeah. While all of this was great, fun, and collectible, the team felt something was missing and, having learned from Transformers and G.I. Joe, came to the conclusion that an established lore or mythology was lacking. Enter Hasbro collaborators Griffin Bacall, we've heard of him before, to flesh out the world of My Little Pony, and on April 14th of 1984, action and voices were first lent to the ponies with Rescue at Midnight Castle, and that special was kind of scary. It was very clear that two dudes that were used to G.I. Joe.
I watched that.
Oh, yeah.
And
I watched that first episode.
you had some crazy villains that were like demons and like threatening to behead little
the Care
Spike.
Bears movie was like that too. You know, they gotta bring something in for. I saw the My Little Pony movie in the theater because of my little sister.
Yeah.
So they know there's little brothers that are getting drug into these movies as well. So you got to throw something in there.
You got to
for
have
them
something in there
to latch on to, because the voice casting of Tony Randall ain't going to do it for me.
That's not a draw for you.
No, and a
what
winged
about Sandy Duncan?
A winged unicorn is frequently also called an alicorn or a pegacorn. And I like
Pegacorn.
Pegacorn better.
Is that part of
Like that sounds like a weird
I get a
Midwestern
pegacorn.
sex act.
It comes in pegs.
Yeah,
It's got the juice.
I don't do a good corn.
Did you guys hear that?
Good impressions.
Did you guys hear that the Megaporn grew up? I think I said it wrong.
You might have. It was a half-hour animated special wherein the ponies' peaceful life in Dream Valley is interrupted by the monstrous Stratodons led by Scorpion, all in service of the diabolical centaur demon Tirak. Tirak needs them ponies to pull his chariot of darkness. This pilot special introduced the human POV character of Megan, had terrifying-looking villains, and was nightmare fuel. At one point, I think I mentioned this, the villain Tirak threatens to behead little baby dragon Spike if Scorpion doesn't get another pony.
Well, did it happen
But
or
hey,
not?
no. Spike lived on to be adorable another day.
Oh, that's
the
right.
80s, baby. That's the 80s.
I don't bring it up much on the show, but I used to do another podcast years ago called Couch Pilots, where I talk about failed.
You talked about it last
pilots.
week.
Yeah.
Oh, we did talk about it last week, maybe.
The hell you say.
I listened to an episode recently. I never listened to it, but I went back. I just picked one by random.
That's fun, right?
It was interesting here, and I can't remember the name of the episode, but it was a kid's cartoon.
Okay.
And obviously it didn't work because it was a one and done.
Floppy Dogs?
It wasn't Floppy
Was it them
Dogs.
Floppy Dogs?
It was
They
something
managed to get a lunchbox.
It was something. It might have been like a Charmkins cartoon. It may.
I don't know. But Charmkins may have had like
Blumpkins.
animated.
It was Blumpkins.
Blumpkins.
And it wasn't a podcast at all. I was on a pornography site. No, but I like when I was listening to it.
Were you watching that Pegacorn?
We would talk about like why it didn't work, And I feel like what I said there applies to this. And because that cartoon got kind of dark with some of the villains.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is like 4 little girls.
Yeah.
And ages, seriously, probably like 3 to 6.
Yeah. 3 to 6, 3 to 7.
That for She-Ra.
And I don't think this is what I said. I don't remember exactly what I said. But this is what an episode of My Little Pony should be. Oh, we need some apples. Let's go get the apples.
Get the apples.
It's not like we got to go over this hill, and I hope to Christ there isn't a winged creature that's going to rip us to shreds.
Pegacorn.
Holy shit. If you're selling these to 3 to 6-year-olds, you're not trying to terrify these kids. And the stories don't have to be complex.
They don't.
The lore doesn't have to be deep and wide.
It really doesn't. It really doesn't.
It's just like there's a festival coming up. How am I going to reach put the party favors up high, the decorations? That's an episode.
That's an episode.
You got to go down and get Tony Randall to help us. You know,
it's the only way.
But
No,
there's
you're right.
we don't have to overthink this or make it too scary. This is for little kids, and let's just keep it easy.
Let's keep it simple,
Keep
stupid.
it light.
And that's how you get episodes in the future where there's like a dance recital, talent show. But
There's
the
a dance
one
coming up.
pony, she wants to be the star.
I have
and she
found-
tramples over everybody. She ruins the whole thing.
I have found that in the 80s, you had 2 types of execs with 2 different definitions of the acronym KISS. You had the sensible ones, like Jason just proposed. Keep it simple, stupid. Then you had the dark ones. Keep it scary, sissy.
Or Knights in Satan's Service, of
Knights
course.
in Satan's Service as well.
Right.
This ended up being followed by My Little Pony, the movie. So the line continued to plug away. It was performing very well, which prompted the movie coming out on June 6th of 1986.
Tell him about the flutter pony. Tell him about the smooths, Tony.
Okay, but let's start at the beginning. There's a wonderful new motion picture you'll want to see with your kids. My Little Pony, the movie. An animated musical adventure. Danny DeVito plays the Grundle King.
Pony.
Rhea Perlman, Madeline Kahn, Cloris Leachman.
Ponies.
They're all witches. Tell him what part you play, Tony.
I'm the magical Moochie.
Tell him about Spike the Dragon and the baby pony.
My Little Pony, the movie. Now at selected theaters. Opens everywhere this Friday. Don't miss it. Rated G.
Ponies.
And this film would introduce Megan's siblings, younger brother Danny and youngest sibling Molly. The film did not perform the way they would have liked it. Critics calling it a blatant toy commercial. Roughly 2 months later, on August 8th of 1986, another gut punch for Hasbro as Transformers the movie hit theaters, and holy shit, that was a swing and a miss. They killed Optimus Prime, they killed Cartoon Car Dad, and kids were very upset, angry letters, angry phone calls to Hasbro.
Everyone was trying to burn everything down back then.
Refresh the line, kill Optimus, introduce new characters. That did not go well.
Kill the ponies.
Kill the ponies.
Kill the ponies. Kill the ponies.
Pony.
These back-to-back failures at the box office prompted Hasbro to break their G.I. Joe movie up into a miniseries and not kill Duke, because originally the plan, they were going to kill Duke.
Truly you are a king of kings.
Truly you threw a snake right into my chest and killed me. Wasn't that what it was?
Yeah. Serpentor whips a snake at him and goes in his heart.
Like an actual snake that stiffened up for him and turned into like a spear.
And then they changed they added dialogue that is like over the phone or off camera, like, he's in a coma.
Yeah.
He's out of the coma. Saved it.
Hey.
A-okay.
But
the Duke.
The Duke. Drink up, Judah Duke her. It pushed toy sales even higher, and that was the point. It was only at this point that the animated series finally followed. There wasn't enough, for some reason, originally there wasn't enough confidence to produce an animated series for a bit there, it seems. But finally, they're like, we can make this a daily and build this for kids. So another joint venture between Hasbro, Sunbow, Marvel Productions, as well as Toei Animation and ACOM. It would make its debut on September 15th of 1985. So though the movie tanked, the plan was already happening. They were already working on the series. It comes out. It's fine on TV. The movie bombs.
The series does okay, doesn't it?
The series did okay. And yeah, the movie wasn't a big hit with kids, but the big point was sell the toys, and the toys were still selling. So it initially started out as a package called My Little Ponies and Friends, where the ponies would be featured as the first segment, while the second segment would
What's the
feature
cast of Happy Days?
No, it's U.S. Acres.
U.S. Acres, exactly. Get that rooster, get that little chick in the egg.
Yeah.
The Harlem Globetrotters come out.
The incredible robotic stooges. The second segment would feature other Hasbro properties in animated forms. The second segments included the Glow Friends, which was based on the Glowworms line.
I had one of those.
Moon Dreamers, and the Potato Head Kids. One, yeah.
That's I don't know what that looks like.
I do.
I feel like that's nightmare fuel.
It's not great.
It's not as bad as Hug-a-Bug-a-Bunch or whatever.
Holy shit, Hug-a-Bug-a-Bunch.
They weren't great.
I bet Potato Head Kids are the ugliest bunch of fucking protagonists you've ever seen in your life.
I don't think you're wrong, kid. One season of 50 episodes, followed by a short season 2 of 15 episodes, bringing your total of 65. A perfect syndicated package. Ponyland, the little premise of it is Ponyland is a mystical land home to all kinds of magical creatures. The little ponies make their home in Paradise Estate, living a peaceful life filled with song and games. However, not all of the creatures of Ponyland are so peaceful, and the ponies often find themselves having to fight for survival against witches, trolls, goblins, and all the other beasts that would love to see the little ponies destroyed, enslaved, or otherwise harmed.
Potato Head Kids look like chicken nuggets.
They absolutely,
they
absolutely.
You guys
want
want
to
to cut out and go get some nuggies?
They look like Nerfles.
Potatoes have so many like imperfections. You would think they look like pock-faced little turds.
No,
they don't. They smooth them
They're
out.
all smooth, like Ernest down there. Where the special and movies featured heavies such as Sandy Duncan, Tony Randall, Danny DeVito, and Rhea Perlman, the series was no slouch itself, bringing in voiceover VIPs such as Susan Blue, Bettina Bush, Charlie Adler, Russie Taylor, BJ Ward, Michael Bell, Tress McNeil, Little Scotty Menville, a pre-Bart Simpson, Nancy Cartwright, and fucking Frank Welker. It's just not a cartoon in the 80s if it doesn't have Welker. Even if he's voicing a turtle.
Doesn't he have enough?
He's got to be just...
Let's fast forward to today. What's Frank Welker doing today? He's alive.
He's going to cons and still does voice work.
He's alive.
He is alive.
And he's still working.
This Frank is alive.
This Welker is alive.
This Welker is alive.
All right. Yeah, I'm not going to answer this, but I will propose this to both of you guys. If Frank Welker comes to QuadCon...
We're going.
Or PeoriaCon.
They just announced he was going to be at PeoriaCon, and I was wondering if Derek was going to try to get an interview scheduled with any of them, because we've talked some of the properties.
I saw the ones that stick out for me. I'm thinking about the top, like Tom Kenny. SpongeBob, the voice of SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Which he's got a really interesting and cool career. Who's the other guy? Lou Diamond Phillips is going to be there.
I always confuse him with Melissa Etheridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look very. They always wear. Both of them wore
have a lot
bolo
in common.
ties.
They have similar taste in women.
The two of you guys, Frank Welker comes to town, and you're like, "What?" I'm not. It's a foregone conclusion that you're going to be there.
Sorry,
that's not my question.
I'm sorry. What's up?
If you took something for him to sign, what would it be?
Oh heavens!
Was it a DVD set? Is it a toy?
Boy, I don't know, dude.
Is it a headshot of Jason? Me? What do you take?
It's a super rare picture of Sean Connery signed by Roger Moore.
All the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and April O'Neil are going to be there.
Oh, no shit.
Where she advises a friend to commit suicide.
So, yeah, you got Townsend Coleman. You got Barry Gordon.
Call me when it's Barry Gordy.
Rob Paulson was the one that because that's Animaniacs and stuff.
Cam Clark? Because he was Leonardo, was he not?
I think he's the only one missing.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah. But, yeah. And then Rufio from Hook.
Oh, I did see Rufio. That's right.
So there's some names.
Last year, I kind of fulfilled mine when I went and talked to Billy West for a bit and got him to sign a couple of things. And then I saw Samoa Joe on TV yesterday. I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot I talked to Samoa Joe for a second. But what would you take to Frank Welker? All the shit that he's done. Do you have a favorite property, toy, DVD set that you would take to him? Because he's kind of the fucking guy.
I would just have to look at like what I already own and figure out.
When Harry Met Sally?
Yeah, like just look through his IMDb and be like, yeah, I guess that's my favorite because there's just so many options.
Yeah, I don't think you can throw a rock
at
a cartoon back then and not hit something. I can name something and hopefully he's in it. Chances are he is.
Yeah.
The new Ghostbusters.
The nude Ghostbusters? Is that on that porn thing that you
If I
Frank
had,
Welker's
if I,
in
you know
that?
what,
He's
if
in the nude Ghostbusters.
If I had a real Ghostbusters lunchbox, I'd have him sign it.
Hell yeah.
Because he was Ray.
And you got a 2-ton mega hard-on right now for lunchboxes.
I do.
So that makes sense.
Shockingly, I was underwhelmed at the Chicago Toy Store or Toy Show when the King County one.
Tough
There
to
wasn't
hear.
a lot of offerings.
Where was it held?
King County Fairgrounds in St. Charles.
So it's kind of like where the game, my brother's game con is held. That kind of big,
kind of similar.
big,
Similar kind of layout.
Yeah, gotcha.
But anyways, man, all good things must come to an end. And in 1992, the ponies were put out to pasture, but
turned into glue.
It turns out, in dog food, but not terribly long. Revamps and nostalgia baiting may seem new, but I assure you it is not. And in the case of My Little Pony, the Glue Factory was never on the table, Jay, with many revamps and eventual reinventions over the years, some more successful than others. One of the first revamp that did not do well was Generation 2. So with Hasbro's acquisition of Tonka and subsequently Kenner in the 90s, MLP was given to the Kenner team to revamp in 1997. This is referred to as Generation 2, and this incarnation landed flat. It didn't connect with legacy fans or new customers. And this line was shut down in 1999. Aside from toys and typical merch, it did manage to have a video game, My Little Pony Friendship Gardens.
You have to avoid being turned into glue.
That's right.
That's the game.
You got the Elmer's guy coming after you with a snake spear.
He's got a bucket.
Well, they're ponies. It's the Elmer Glue cow trying to get you.
Gotcha. That line, the criticism I heard, the people who created it, and some super fans, in that the Toys That Made Us documentary said that the ponies look too svelte.
Yeah.
Too thin, skeletal, almost insect-like.
Sinewy.
Yeah.
And I said it took away. I mean, they were obviously trying to bring a new, a fresh
aesthetic,
look,
but it did not land.
Didn't work out.
They want them thick ponies.
You want that
Oh,
thick
yeah.
pony.
You want
My
that- you want-
pony. I love that pony.
Genuine Seinfeld mashup.
I was going to say that's a mashup for the ages right there, my friend.
No, the gameplay for the video game was more like Tamagotchi.
You ever hear that before?
Yes. Keep doing it. My pony. My pony. I love that pony. My sister had the pony.
Just saved Dustin about an hour's worth of work.
I was hoping for a minute that the last wah would slide to you are the king of kings. No, it was more like a Tamagotchi virtual pet kind of game. This gave way to Generation 3, where the little ponies came back to the toy aisle in 2003, hanging around until 2009. Generation 3's initially modeled itself after the 80s look, leaving the Friendship Gardens aesthetic far behind, but even still, this relaunch would see a tweak, leading enthusiasts to refer to this change as Generation 3.5. Becoming a little more cartoony and smaller. This targeted younger audiences, focused on playsets, and leaned into an aesthetic similar to Polly Pocket, or more so The Littlest Pet Shop. I think Polly Pocket's a little too small. This revamp also spawned several direct-to-video animated films. But we ain't done there, baby. You got Generation 4, and this is where My Little Pony really breaks open for a whole new generation.
Okay.
You have a whole new era that's born. I am fascinated by it because
Is
of the people.
Friendship is Magic
Friendship
era?
is Magic,
Okay,
baby.
this is-
Generation 4.
It's my daughter's era.
/ brony.
My little pony, my little pony. My little pony. I used to wonder what friendship could be. Until you all shared its magic with me. Big adventure, tons of fun. A beautiful heart, faithful and strong. Sharing kindness, it's an easy feat. And magic makes it all complete to have mine. Do you know you are my very best friend?
Yeah.
as well.
We avoided that.
It's Brony time.
Yeah.
It's Brony time. Around the time Hasbro was thinking how to reapproach... Appaloosia! How to reapproach MLP, a wickedly talented young lady who happened to have an amazing career in animation, and her bona fides about her as a pony fanatic was having a meeting with Hasbro about pitching an idea she had for a doll line. Hasbro passed on the idea, but asked her to take a look at My Little Pony to see if she could think of an approach. Her name, Lauren Faust. Her pedigree, she got her start in animation with 1995's MTV's The Max. That was the first project she worked on.
The Sam Keith comic.
Yes,
MTV's Oddity.
Yes.
That was
along with the head and.
I think those are the only 2 seasons they did.
Yeah, there may have.
I think the head shit the bed.
Yeah, it shit the bed.
And then the Max was kind of cool.
Power.
It was based off of an existing thing, though.
An indie comic
that was cool.
Was pretty fucked up, but very cool. She worked on films such as Cats Don't Dance and The Iron Giant. Who ended up voicing, I think, Twilight Sparkle, Tara Strong.
Oh, yeah,
amazing voice actress.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they met on the Powerpuff Girls. This is also where she met her husband, Craig McCracken. The pair going on to work together on other projects such as Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
That was a fun one, too.
That's an interesting show.
That was a fun one as well, yes.
Now, you guys both have tattoos.
Yes.
Now, I, of course, am planning to be buried in a Jewish cemetery, so I have no tattoos.
Tradition!
Pony.
Which rump tattoo would you guys get of all the My Little Pony like the marks on their asses?
Is there a music note one?
There's got to be.
I would assume there is.
I'll go with that.
I can
like
see
a clef.
Yeah.
A clef note.
Yeah.
I could see the pony in my head. Blue hair, pink. She had lightning bolts on her ass.
Oh, okay.
The TCB.
That's right. The world's best yogurt.
TCB MLP.
Oh man!
What
would you have?
You guys have probably never been with a lady who had a My Little Pony rump tattoo, have you?
No.
With a girl that had a little tattoo on her butt cheek, or like
but not My Little.
But it wasn't
Pony
like it wasn't like an apple jack on her ass, right?
There was a girl that had a horseshoe in a place.
In a place,
and it said "Lucky you."
Oh no!
And I really had a great night.
Wonder what that tattoo artist thought.
Thought I'm going to finger this chick. Probably.
Oh jeez. Are you saying it was on her taint?
No, it was like on her vulva, like right above the. It was right on the pubis mound.
Can't see the lines, can you, Jay?
Vulva?
Ponies.
Gipple? Dolores!
I was watching The Ultimatum on Netflix last weekend, and they were having this joke conversation between one of the strangers that now have to live together and live as husband and wife.
I don't. One sentence. What's the show? I don't know the show.
Ultimatum.
I don't know what it is.
Oh, right. I've heard of it. Or I've
All
seen
right. So
promos.
essentially, these couples that are like doing horribly go on this show, and then they all decide to trade spouses essentially because one of the people won't commit, and they're saying either we're going to leave this married or we're done, and they live with a stranger first to see if whatever they feel they're lacking with their current partner they have with somebody new, and that will give them the info they need to move on. But what happens is usually a dumpster fire, and that's why it's fun to watch. On one of the episodes, one of these new couples, the most likable of the four because they were drama free, they were just like, what's an inappropriate word that you think would work as a name? And hers was clitoris.
A name for a person.
Yeah. And he's like, you would name your daughter Clitoris. And she's like, I think it has a beautiful flow to it. And yeah, Dolores. And
a lot of people say that.
Yeah.
You know what a beautiful word is? Gonorrhea. It's kind of a beautiful word. You don't name a child that.
No. Yeah, if you're Dutch, you might be able to go with Vas Deferens or something.
Maybe. Or Van Deferens. Von.
Give me the Van Heffern.
Boy, they might have been the most drama free, but they were easily the dumbest.
Yeah. Now, in Lauren's approach, she leaned on the adventure she came up with on her own as a kid to create My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic, which became a cultural phenomenon all its own, with new figures and related merch, new characters inspired by the original Gen 1 characters, an animated series with a deep lore, and honestly, some very solid storytelling. It would have its own movie, its own spin-off franchise called My Little Pony Equestria Girls in 2013.
Yeah, they make them real people, and then
they anthropomorphize them.
It starts getting weird there.
Well, and what's crazy about it, that was inspired by fan art and cosplayers that were inspired by the original Friendship is Magic. Speaking of that, we've kind of danced around the maypole and mentioned a few times. It gave birth to the rise of the Bronies fandom.
There's a documentary about it.
Yeah.
I tried to watch it. The one I saw, not great. I couldn't watch too much of it. It was not great.
I know there's a couple out there. I saw one years ago on Netflix and actually enjoyed it. It was interesting to just see the birth of this fandom.
There's one on YouTube. It's like an hour and 40 minutes. I got maybe like 15, 20, and I was like, this is kind of boring. This is shit. And then there's another one. I didn't watch it, but I think it's about an hour or just under an hour. And it looked like it may have been part of an anthology series or some sort of show. I think it was directed by Morgan Spurlock, who was very dead, which is odd. I don't think he's a great guy, but
and
it's
McDonald's
weird that he's
caught
dead.
up to him.
Yeah,
he was red hot for a minute. And then, I think some stuff came out.
I don't think he was a great dude. I think he was kind of not awesome with women.
Yeah.
He tried to recreate some of his success, and I think he had a show.
An FX series. After that Super
I
Size
remember
Me,
that.
he had an FX series, what was it, 30 Days or something like that.
And then he made Super Size Me 2 with the chicken place, and I saw part of that. I wasn't really interested.
Yeah.
But I think he made this other one as part of maybe that series or something. I didn't watch that, but I think this is autism, right? Is that what this is?
I don't know about that.
No?
I think some of it. I think some neurodivergency is involved.
And what's the difference between that and autism?
Nothing.
Okay.
Autism is something that falls under the banner of neurodivergency.
Perfect.
There is maybe some emotional, social hang-ups involved with it too. I think you have that with a lot of fandoms, though. I do think it's on pretty heavy-duty display with Bronies. But, I think being positive about it, I think it's nice that they can get out of their shells, whether it's autistic or socially awkward or whatever, and enjoy something with people in a community.
Sometimes the guy just wants to be a horse.
Quote-unquote weird? Is it a little different? Yeah.
It's very bizarre.
It's not
Pony.
the norm, as it were.
Yeah.
But I mean, to me, it's like, how is it any different from somebody going to Comic-Con and you have a bunch of people dressed up as Star Wars people,
Or being
Star
like a
Trek
juggalo.
That's one I simply cannot abide.
I see you feeling lonely again. You's a motherfucker. Feeling like you don't belong, like you the only other. But some of us scrubs got it worse than you. Now homies to call line, a crew to belong to. Some of us have fuck all the bullshit and dropped out. Some of us stood up to fight but got knocked out. Some of us like to cuss and don't like your format. We like the wicked shit and chose not to ignore that. Some of us be coming out of more than a broken home. Some of us be living out of our cars and carry on. Some of us see the budget suites as a real apartment and make you take off your shoes on our carpet. Some of us are on parole and can't leave the state, and some are dead and gone. My homie Blaze can relate, and some can't afford a free phone call. But them some of us is equal assault. Think about that. We belong, we belong, we belong. We belong, we belong, we belong. Some of us on dope cars that
Why every time I order a taco, you want to bite, motherfucko?
So my daughter was big into My Little Pony, and I got her. They had comics and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was getting those because we sold comics at the record store. So I thought I've heard about this reboot, and this would probably catch her attention, and she really liked it. Nice. And it developed into multiple series and offshoots, and she was getting them all.
Yeah.
And we would go to C2E2, and she would take a stack of comics, and we would get her My Little Pony comics signed by the writers and the artists and stuff. And I do seem to recall there being some guys there that were my age that didn't have a daughter with them, but I didn't have any weird
in their ass.
no weird interactions that I was just like, let's get out of here, Drew. You know, like, but she had a lot of pony stuff in her room, and I'm vaguely familiar with this line, but avoided the brony thing. I was like, if I know too much about this, I'll get lumped in with them, and I'm trying to keep my distance.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. I think when we figure out farming and how to feed people and keep people safe, when your basic needs are met and a lot of big problems go away, the weirdness starts to come out in people, and then the internet connects those people.
Yeah, it is a strange evolution.
And then those people can congregate, and all of a sudden they all have like a thing in their ass that has a bunch of hair coming out of it.
Jesus Christ!
Isn't that what it is?
I'm sure in some circles, but I don't think that's everyday people.
There's a straight line between farming and a thing in your ass, right?
Yeah, straight line, straight shot, as the crow flies.
And not everybody that's into pony play is necessarily into My Little Pony.
Yeah,
that's a sub.
That's a whole other thing.
It's its
own thing.
It's weird, but I do agree with you, Derek. It is good that these people have
a way to
a common ground, and a way for them to interact and have a social
community and shit.
Yes, I think again, like most things, there are a spectrum there, and there are people who are doing some weird shit, and then there's totally like anxiety-ridden, socially retarded folks who like don't know how to interact, and like it goes from innocent to deviant.
Yeah.
Like most things.
Like most things, it's just like there's a fine line between love and hate. There is a fine line between like innocent divergency and a darker side.
And then watching a 2-hour video.
Yes, exactly.
Why did you watch the whole?
Why did you watch the whole?
I was looking at my calendar and I had 2 hours free.
Okay. Now the last.
What would you do?
You know what? You made the right choice. The last piece of media related to this era was a 2020 comedy series called My Little Pony: Pony Life. And in this era, I had no idea they had been around this long.
Is it a Tupac parody?
I have no idea. The Loyal Subjects released a retro line of the original ponies in 2017, exclusive to Hot Topic. I am a big fan of the Loyal Subjects. They're the ones who did the Gem Doll update. They're the ones who did the new mask vehicles and stuff. I didn't know they were around back then, so that was interesting to learn.
Hot Topic does seem about right.
That tracks. So then you get to Generation 5, and this was born out of Friendship is Magic. This ranges from 2021 to 2024. My Little Pony: A New Generation builds upon the themes and lore established by Friendship is Magic, but features a time jump allowing for new characters while including nods and Easter eggs to the prior generation. According to Hasbro's Emily Thomas, who is like fucking cool as hell in the live stream, she's like the only one that has good energy about her. Because the Star Wars team just looks defeated all the time. Probably because their fan base sucks.
And what is this on?
So, like Hasbro, they'll do live streams, like Hasbro Pulse live streams and stuff.
Like big presentations, like they're unleashing like a new iPhone or something, that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And usually around like PulseCon, so like in the spring, Emily always has like really good energy about her, but then you get to the poor Star Wars team that just always looks defeated or sad because it's like they're putting a lot of work, and I don't have a Wars. I'm not a huge Star Wars guy. I like the original trilogy. I like some of the media related to it. I'm not nearly steeped in it the way other people are. And like if I see a cool toy or a cool movie, or if I see something and I think it's cool, oh cool. The way that fan base gets is batshit crazy. So when it comes to the toy team at Hasbro, the running joke with a lot of people is they just look defeated in their live streams. Because they know the comment sections are going to blow up with just assholes tearing them down, and it's got to be hard. But anyways, no, Emily's very cool, and she has said this iteration focused on Gen Alpha. Some of the plans envisioned for this era were derailed by the COVID-19 pandemic, but eventually saw traction once partnering with Netflix. However, this run officially came to an end in October of 2024. Research the Brony fandom. Well, I'm sorry. What the hell?
Or don't.
I have a huge typo here. Oh, I'm sorry. Research into the Brony fandom found out that, at least in that fandom, Generation 5 just couldn't quite repeat the lightning in a bottle effect that was Generation 4, Friendship is Magic. And I could see that like that friendship is magic thing. That was, my nieces were crazy about it. My cousin's kids were crazy about it. Like, Drew was into it. What about Lorelai? Was she into that stuff or just that?
My daughter was never into My Little Pony.
No, that just wasn't her bag.
No.
Okay. I just remember seeing it everywhere. Every little girl had like a Twilight Sparkle t-shirt or had shoes. Like it blew the fuck up. So I could see that segment of the fandom being like, it just wasn't the same. It wasn't terrible. It just wasn't the same lightning in a bottle. But according to Hasbro, G5 was a success in that it drove toy sales. That's always the goal, as well as fan engagement. It was also in 2024 that My Little Pony was inducted into the National Toy Hall of Fame.
Which pony got to accept the award?
If it wasn't Butterscotch, I'm very disappointed.
Okay.
Butterscotch. I just like to say Butterscotch. I had a pony. It was named Butterscotch.
She's from Poland, you could tell by the accent.
Jerry hated her. In regards to the here and now, because I was working on these notes on my last day off, not counting today, so last Thursday, and I put a pin in it until the weekend was over because we just had San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah.
So in the here and now, Hasbro announced a brand new reinvention for My Little Pony.
Oh, boy.
In May of 2025, prepping for a celebration of the brand, the Year of the Pony, for 2026, because it is its anniversary. Well, yeah, it's a big year for it.
Fire Horse, not the My
That's
Little
what I thought
Pony.
too. Yeah.
What's that?
The Fire
Is
Horse.
it?
Oh, it was on my calendar right after my
Ryan
2-hour
Gosling
free
get
block.
cast in that? Fire Horse?
What now?
I'm conflating two things. Lou Diamond Phillips and Melissa Etheridge.
We can ask them.
Both had bolo ties.
They did. That ain't the only thing they shared.
Now, I don't know if there are pictures of Melissa Etheridge in a bolo tie and Lou Diamond Phillips in a bolo tie, but you can imagine it.
Yes, you can.
You can imagine it. It's not far-fetched.
It's not entire, especially back then. Bolo ties were the rage, especially if they had turquoise.
Did you ever have a bolo tie?
I did.
I never did.
I did. My grandpa bought me one.
Did you?
It looked like I think a marble. It was a guy on a bucking bronco.
It's just a string.
It's just
That's
I don't
not
think
a
I
fucking
could pull
tie.
it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who tried selling you on that?
That's not-
bullshit.
Joe Bob Briggs?
Yeah. Yeah. But no, it promises tons of new content, a new look, and much more promised for 2027. A live-action film was announced on July 15th of 2025, a joint between Amazon MGM Studios and Hasbro Entertainment. 2026 has seen the announcement of a new show set to debut in 2027, and at the time of recording literally 3 days ago, it was announced at SDCC 2026 that a new series, My Little Pony Friendship Forever, will see release in 2026 as a bi-weekly 9-minute episode series on YouTube. New product being rolled out as well.
The lady who came up with Friends or Magic or whatever.
Friendship is Magic? Lauren Faust.
Is she?
She is involved.
Is she's running this?
She is involved, because she was the one making announcements at Comic-Con. So like I was writing, putting some finishing touches on My Little Pony on the 23rd, which was Thursday, and as I'm going through doing research and stuff, it says Lauren Faust to make big My Little Pony announcement at SDCC on July 24th. Yeah, 24th, the following day. So I just kind of made some asterisks, made a note to come back, and then I had to work that day and got my ass kicked, and then that evening I looked up and saw what was changing, what was coming. Hopped on YouTube and looked at. All right, there's
the best I can do is a fringe jacket.
I saw that too. We both.
We're so close.
We both ran right to Google Images. I saw that same one. I couldn't find it, but I found Lou Diamond Phillips in a bolo tie.
Oh goodness, we are.
She looks great.
Yeah. He looks fantastic. And look at that shirt.
I like that.
She got a lot of fringe, but no bolo
Love
to
that
be
fringe.
found for Melissa
Love that
Etheridge.
fringe. Love that fringe. I'll kick off final thoughts here. It had some stupid criticisms. It was labeled as pure consumerism by news outlets.
What wasn't in the mid 80s?
Well, and that's the thing. They would attack. They would attack this. They would attack things like Care Bears and the movies it put out. And it's not exactly high art, but
no, but
it's
I
just meant
preferred
to
it
be
over
fun.
this.
But these same outlets and same reporters and critics, they wouldn't say the same thing about the likes of like Star Wars.
Yeah.
So My Little Pony would be labeled as junk, while Star Wars was labeled as inspired and with integrity and creative vision. I found a quote, and I'll paraphrase here from Craig McCracken, who is he was the creator of Powerpuff Girls. He ended up married, and they're still married. They still work on projects together. He's Lauren Faust's husband. In his own words, both franchises, whether it's Star Wars or Ponies, they can have integrity or be junk. It just depends on how you produce it. I don't understand, and I do think it's silly when these critics want, it's just blatant advertising. No shit. Like, everything's kind of that. Your magazines, your newspaper, your commercials, your TV, your radio. It's entertaining you to sell something else. It's cyclical. It's a snake eating its own tail, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But that is the point. It's not just making a cartoon for the sake of art. It's making a cartoon to entertain you, to get your ass in the seat or whatever. And from there, sell you other products.
I got an Applejack on my left cheek.
Prove it.
I seen it.
Got to get it in the seat.
Bend over and I'll show you. What about you guys? Final thoughts on My Little Pony?
Yeah, this was a property that I started out being aware of because of my sister and her getting the My Little Pony figures when I was getting the He-Man, and they rarely interacted, but sometimes there was crossover.
They could ride them.
Yeah.
Who's the lion that He-Man would ride?
Oh, Cringer. But he becomes Battle Cat.
If he was injured or sick,
yeah,
you jump on the Butterscotch's back.
Yeah, totally.
Take flight.
Yep. So I was aware of them, and at one time I knew a lot of the names and stuff, and got drugged to the theater to see the My Little Pony movie when it came out.
I know you had a sister because I brought on a Popple once, and you're like, "That's potato chip."
Yeah.
So I know that you have some indoctrination.
Yeah,
into
and she's only
these girl toys,
2 years younger than me. So like it's not like I'm far removed from the trends and everything. So yeah, it was something that started that she was really into, and then when my daughter got to be a certain age and Friendship is Magic was popping off, like she was the perfect age, maybe a little bit older. That's why I thought the comics would be entertaining, and she would sit in her TARDIS tent and surrounded by pillows and read her My Little Pony comics when she came over. That was part of the ritual, was coming to Dad's and seeing what her stack of comics were for the weekend.
The new comics are laid out. She
Yeah.
gets to pick from them and indulge.
Yep. So yeah, I was around ponies a lot. I didn't watch the shows really or retain much of it, but it was something that I was around a lot.
Kind of there in the background.
Yeah, and so I have an appreciation because I saw the joy that it brought others, but I have no personal connection to it.
Yeah, we're guys, that it wasn't made for us.
We weren't in mind.
But I do want to say this. I'm going to start with this, and I'll probably end with this. This is a big property. This is one of the big ones.
Yeah.
When we're talking about big, like every year I want to do one or two big ones. We're talking Transformers. We're talking He-Man. We're talking Thunder. This is a big one.
Yes, sir.
This is a very big property. It wasn't geared toward people like us. We were young boys in the 80s. We were the right age.
Yep.
We weren't the right gender. This is for girls. Maybe some young boys are into it. That's fine, whatever.
Yeah.
But the fact is, this is definitely for girls. We lived in the same time. We're about all the same age here. We can't escape this. I don't know all their names. I don't know the lore, but God damn it, I know what a My Little Pony is.
Yeah, you put one in front of you, you're going to know what it is.
They've always been around, and I think this is a fun thing for kids. If you're trying to, how many goddamn dolls can we make? All right, let's go into ponies.
Yeah.
They want to stroke some hair, we'll give them some fucking hair.
Yep.
The cartoon, it was fine. It looked okay. Weird, dark entry. Like I said, I watched the first episode. What a weird choice they made.
Yeah, it was a decision.
But this is just one of those properties that just continues to come back with varying degrees of success along the way. But I don't know that it's going anywhere, and it's fine. New generations continue to discover it. Cool. Not for me. But that I give it its propers and its respect that this is a really big one that we're covering, and it stood the test of time.
Absolutely, it did. I would say, like, yeah, okay, as a little boy, I wasn't into this. I was into He-Man. I was into Thundercats. And even though it continued into the 90s, I can remember my cousins who were a year or two behind me still collecting it, still loving it. And around that time, I'm getting into Batman 89 and comic books and all this stuff. But I will say this, as an adult and somebody who appreciates the history of toy companies, the history of how these brands were built up, I have an appreciation of that history, the engineering, the story behind it. This is a cool story to me. How, on a whim, because a company is failing, and it is amazing to me how many of these stories with some of these powerhouse brands start with, we're failing. We're failing. We're getting our asses kicked. Kenner, except for Kenner. Kenner is kicking everybody's ass because of Star Wars. They're eating everybody's lunch.
And that was all luck.
That was complete luck.
Yeah.
Because he approached so many companies before landing on Kenner.
They all could have had that opportunity.
Yeah. And Kenner is the only one that said, yep, let's do it. You have an oil crisis, and suddenly the future looks entirely different. Kenner is a powerhouse brand, eating everybody's lunch. Action figures are now 3.75, 3 3/4 scale. It changed the world. And meanwhile, these older legacy companies like Mattel and like Hasbro they're suffering. They're treading water. Here comes He-Man. Here comes a reinvention of G.I. Joes. Here comes an import in Transformers. And finally, in the case of Hasbro, who never had a real girls brand, here comes a surprise hit that they weren't even betting on. They were betting on something else. Charmkins. So to me, it's like, I may not be crazy about the brand. I'm not collecting these.
You don't identify as a brony.
I'm no brony. But the story from point A to now, point A to point B, from back then to the modern era, it is fascinating to me. It's interesting, and to me it's a triumph in marketing, in design, in reinvention. And that's something a lot of brands still struggle with. Like Motu is one that it'll have reinventions, but I feel like with each passing year, it gets harder and harder to reinvent it and connect it to a new generation. Transformers keeps doing it. Joe's, I think these days are leaning more into adult collectors, and they're doing fine. But My Little Pony just keeps reinventing and reinventing. And I would say they've had one miss, Generation 2, that didn't land.
Yeah, G.I. Joe is an interesting, I'm sure we'll get to it someday, but like I feel like now would be a really good time for the Joes to make a comeback. When we're living in this conservative version of America, this pro-Trump,
for the Reagan administration.
This Republican era of the United States that we're going through right now, and even
kind of a nightmare version of it. Like, I know Reagan wasn't perfect, but
I'm just saying,
jelly beans.
When the country goes like real Republican, like it kind of is right now, I feel like that's a good time for war and subsequently like war toys,
military.
So I'm surprised there hasn't been a big push for G.I. Joe, unless I'm just totally out of the loop on it, and there is.
You're kind of out of the loop. There's nothing like a push towards kids. There's no plan for an animated series.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. 'Cause that's where it really explodes.
Okay,
is when the kids are on board.
Yeah,
that's where it explodes, and that gives it a longevity for as they get older and then want to revisit and have that nostalgia.
It would be interesting if they took a crack at aiming at kids. I know Danny McBride has written a Joe's movie, so we'll see. Time will tell, man. Maybe they will find a way to approach it for kids.
I got a lot more thoughts on it.
I don't think Danny McBride's move is one
for kids. No, probably not.
But no, I think you make a good point. I mean, strike when the iron's hot, and maybe take a crack at kids because ponies are coming back. One can make the argument they never went away, but like they're coming back in a new form for kids. And I'll tell you right now, as far as the new series, I think they're doing it smart because kids today have way shorter attention spans. And as far as shit outside of YouTube that people slap their kids in front of, one property kids seem to connect to the most is Bluey. Bluey's not a half-hour episode. Bluey's like 9 minutes. These are going to be 9-minute episodes. They're following a model. They're getting with the times. So I think this is going to be yet another hit and notch on their belt for a new generation. I will, before Jason does his due diligence to kick us to commercial, I will say the hentai you're talking about, it is called Clop, erotic fan art.
Oh, I've not heard that before.
Yep.
Clop.
Clop.
C or K?
Oh, it's with a C.
Oh, it's better.
Oh, yeah.
I don't need that.
Had you heard that before?
No.
Clop. I had not heard that. There really is. I looked it up. I looked up My Little Pony pornography on purpose. And what I saw
You always
was
have to see if it exists.
it was a 2-hour block.
Oh no!
I'm not joking. It was a 2-hour block, and it said part 2.
Oh no! Oh heavens!
So I hit play, and I like kind of just like quit what
the hell's it here?
Over the course of like 2 or 3 minutes, I just kind of like was fast forwarding. It was just little chunks of a lot of sucking and fucking, and it was
dear.
Some of it looked like
really well done.
Yeah, like actual cartoons, and some of it was real shitty. And I was like, man alive, these indeed are the end times. Part 2, 2-hour block. Part 2. Clop. Hey, let's kick it to commercial.
Why don't we?
My pretty pony, you can comb her hair. My pretty pony, and tie ribbons to show you care. You can brush her hair and put a hat on her head, or give her a blanket when it's time for bed. My pretty pony, you can give her so much love. My pretty pony, from Hasbro.
He was a beautiful pony, and I loved him.
Charmkins, Charmkins, they love hanging around. The nicest thing about Charmkins is their jewelry. Put them on in school mornings, take them with you round town.
Now you can take them with you in the Charmkins jewelry case.
You've got brown-eyed Susan, too. She's pretty. Charmkins, Charmkins, they love hanging around. Charmkins smells so nice.
Charmkins Charms, Accessories, and Jewelry Case. Sold separately from Hasbro.
You can love a book, a picture, or a song.
You can love a favorite pet, I think.
Love is something strong. It sweeps you right along. And the more you give, well, the more you get.
Love, love, what do you love? Is there something special that you're dreaming?
Finding out about love. A Valentine's Day special under the umbrella tree. Saturday morning, February 13th at 8:30.
I'm here having a couple of Miller Lunch with the world's funniest test coach, Jan Tiriak. This guy's a million laughs. Hey, remember the one you told me about the chicken and the tennis ball? That just cracked me up. Here, have another Miller Lite. Yeah, light tastes great and it's less filling. And you don't want to get filled up when you're having as good a time as we are. Right, Jan?
For serious beer drinkers, there's only one light beer, Miller Lite.
Oh, stop it, man. You're killing me.
This is Budball. He can spin. Here comes Katie rolling in. And this is Stewie. Where's he been? The Nurples. Each character sold separately.
So much fun to clown around, to change and rearrange around. Yes, Nurples are a ball to be around. Hey, Bud, what would you be if you had Stewie's ears? What? A bunny rabbit.
The Nurples. You can collect them all. Little characters like Budball, Katie, and Stewie. Each sold separately from Parker Brothers.
If you want to win the game, you gotta take a good aim and get the most marbles with your hippo. Playing Hungry, Hungry Hippos. Hungry, Hungry Hippos.
Hungry, Hungry Hippos is the name of the game, and whoever hippo gets the most marbles wins.
Playing Hungry, Hungry Hippos. Hungry, Hungry Hippos.
I win!
Hungry, Hungry Hippos, new from Hasbro.
Hi, Ron!
Hi, kids. You want to hear my talking dog?
What'd you say, Ronald?
Spot, what's on top of a house? Ruff! How does sandpaper feel? Ruff!
But Ronald, any dog can say that.
Well, they were easy questions.
Are you Potato Head kids? Yes, they were real fun. Because they're silly. I know, let's go to McDonald's.
The Potato Head Kids are here with McDonald's Potato Head Kids Happy Meal.
Wow.
There's 8, one in each Happy Meal you buy.
He's big, he's purple, he's heroic. He just may be out of his mind. The Max, ruler of the jungle, scourge of the city. Journey to worlds undreamt of with the Max. You've never seen a hero with feet this big. Premieres Monday at 10.
Hip hop clippity clop. These pretty ponies sure do pop. That is all we have to say about My Little Pony. But why don't we have a little respite here in the middle of the month with what will likely be a shorty of the sword and shield variety? We have something planned, but I do want to interject a little bit of a disclaimer. These last several episodes, it has been a saga of how much pain I'm in. We said it last week. I'll reiterate. I tried doing an MRI today. It flared up my back and my arm really bad. There is a chance that we may actually take a break from episodes or maybe a break in recording. I'm truly hoping to avoid that. You know, Dustin, I'm that guy who just always wants to play
the show must
her
go on
and keep going. And but if push comes to shove, we will likely take maybe. For you guys, it will seem like a 2-week break, maybe 3-week break.
A small respite.
Of new episodes. Maybe we'll put something else up that's like compilations, or let Dustin do whatever he wants to do as a mad scientist.
Maybe we'll put some clop up. You know,
maybe we'll get you some clop. Don't leave any spare change on the floor. So that's just kind of, I am hoping to avoid that. But it's becoming very clear by the concern in Dustin's eyes that maybe I do need to take a knee. We shall see. Let's hope for the best. But if everything goes according to plan, immediately you'll hear this. If not, it will be our next new episode. So cross your fingers, say a prayer, slay a goat over a copper bowl so that we can come back and rediscover another obscure gem that is forgotten all too often. Join us next Monday. God damn it, I really should. I forgot I wrote it like that.
See us on a Monday.
Join us next time,
TBD.
won't you please, as we revisit Galtar and the Golden Lance. Little sword and shield kind of drafting off of He-Man a little bit. Hanna-Barbera jam. Don't worry, the animation's decent. Part of the fantastic world of Hanna-Barbera, and I think you're looking at 1 season, 13 episodes, and almost no product. There certainly wasn't a toy line, so it'll be a shorty, easy to talk about, kind of fun to talk about, fun to revisit. Plugs. Dustin, you did it last time. Jay, do you mind talking about Radio Rewind, please?
Sure. There is a fabled podcast feed known as Drunken Lullabies. It contains hundreds and hundreds of episodes of high-quality content. Right now, you're hearing me through your phone. Admit it. No one's doing this through their TV or their laptop. I'm coming through right now to you in your ears through your phone. Pick up your phone. It's me, Jason. Go to your podcast app, download, and subscribe to Drunken Lullabies, and you get the Mashup Mondays, all the great music that works. You get all the great songs on Friday from your favorite artists of the past 40 years, all their hits entering the charts with me and Dustin and Tyler. That's Radio Rewind. You're going to get some cool guests, fun conversation, lots of interesting picks of what we're listening to. Listen to Mashup Mondays. Listen to Radio Rewind. It's all free. You're probably thinking, how much do I have to pay for this? It's $0. Just your time investment, which may be the most priceless thing that you have anyway. Check us out.
Ad-free.
No ads. We don't bust away to commercial. We don't try to have a product and try to make a funny commercial.
That's the closest thing we do to an ad right here.
This is it. This is all we do. We promote our other shows. Listen to Radio Rewind on the Drunken Lullabies feed. Listen to Mashup Mondays. You're going to have yourself a very nice time.
Great American time. It's a great show. Love it. Put a lot of effort into it, and I look forward to being on it again soon.
Maybe.
Yeah, if I'm not too entirely...
Weather permitting.
Follow us and engage with us on the socials on X, Blue Sky, Instagram, and the YouTubes. We want to thank and express love to our producer patrons here at the end, and that's going to be Mo, Patron Mike,
I love you.
Mike, Afonso, Nostalgia, Nate, and Allison Troy.
I love you.
I love all of you. If you yourself are in the position to help our humble show grow, won't you please consider becoming a patron today at patreon.com/Yesterdaze podcast. That is going to wrap it up for Yesterdaze this week. And I'm really hoping that you come back next Monday for a new episode, and that we'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye then.
successful.